Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek, and I've got some movie news for you about Steven Spielberg's new film, which apparently is coming out in 2026. This is from Variety, so we'll just get on with it. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Explore the description for various links for me books, merchandise, t-shirts, stuff like that. My Patreon, my websites, stuff like that. And throw us a super thanks and stuff like that. It will be greatly appreciated. Or you can become a member and then you'll get early access videos and exclusive videos. Blah-de blah blah. Right, so let's have a look at this article. As I said, this is from Variety. Add it there, there we go. Rebecca Rubin reporting Steven Spielberg's new film moves to June 2026. Daniel's Everything Everywhere follow-up removed from calendar. So that's interesting, isn't it? And there's Steven Spielberg. By the way, Everything Everywhere All at Once, I tried watching it, and everybody loved it. It's an Oscar-winning film. I couldn't get into it. And I love those sort of... I love, it's like multiverse stuff in it and all that, but I just could not get into that film. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway, right, I'm just a weird person. Universal is shifting around the release date for two major 2026 films. One from Steven Spielberg and another one from Everything Everywhere All at Once directors Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. Probably mispronouncing that. Spielberg's next film will open on June 12th instead of May 15th, so it's been put back a month. It's taking the place of the Daniels untitled movie, which was taken off the calendar for now. Alright, so I wonder what they're doing next. Universal didn't offer a reason for the shift, though the film from the Daniels, as the Oscar winners are known professionally, appeared to be in a nascent stage without a script, title or cast ever being announced. So we want to make a film and we're going to release it in, June or whatever of 2026. Okay, what's it about? Don't know. Who's going to be in it? Don't know. Oh dear. What's it called? Don't know. Anyway, the studio is expected to imminently announce a new date for their movie, if they ever decide what it's going to be about. Anyway, there we go. By the way, there we go. Mia Goth joins Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. I hope that's going to be good. Christopher Nolan is a great filmmaker. Bit up his own arse for me. Sorry for the language, but I'm sure he'll do well with The Odyssey. And I like Mia Goth. I love the Pearl trilogy. Great films. Anyway, Spielberg's... Sorry for the going off tangent, as I am known to do. Spielberg's project, which also doesn't have a title or log line, but has been vividly described as a new original event film, was relocated to add distance from two expected behemoths. The untitled film was previously scheduled to open 2 weeks after Avengers Doomsday, May the 1st, and a week prior to Star Wars spin-off The Mandalorian and Grogu, May 22nd. I hope they changed the name of that film. Surely, don't call me Shirley, but surely, Disney's must have done some research, market research or something, and said, do cinema goers respond to the title The Mandalorian and Grogu? And you'd think that people would be saying, no, we don't know what that means. So you think they'd change the name, wouldn't you, to something that's going to put, as I keep saying, bums on seats, because that's what it's all about in the end, isn't it? Anyway, whatever. On its new spot, the movie shares a release date with Paramount's Scary Movie reboot. Now, is it going to be... This is the first I've heard of this, by the way. Is it going to be the Wayans brothers style Scary Movie reboot, or the Zucker brothers took over, didn't they? They were from Scary Movie 3 onwards to a more like Airplane slapstick style. Is it going to be a reboot like that, or is it going to be a mixture of both? I don't know, but I like both of them. The Wayans ones were more rude, weren't they, and cheeky, as I said. Whereas from Scary Movie 3 onwards, they kind of became more slapstick, more like Airplane and Hot Shots and those sort of films, didn't they? Both were good, in my opinion, funny. Where were we? Scary Movie reboot, and debuts a week ahead of Disney's Toy Story 5, a film which nobody wants to see, apparently. Well, people want to see it, but nobody asked for it, did they? The trilogy wrapped up lovely in Toy Story 3. We all cried, and then they did Toy Story 4. I'm sure that made a bucket load of money. But it wasn't as good, was it? It wasn't as good. It was okay, but it wasn't as good as the others. But anyway, whatever. Bums on seats. That's what it is. Toy Story puts bums on seats, doesn't it? June 19th. Anywho, where were we? Josh O'Connor, Emily Blunt, Coleman Domingo, Colin Firth and Eve Hewson are starring in Spielberg's feature, which is reportedly UFO related, hence that picture. That's from Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the mothership above Devil's Tower. One of my favourite films of all time, Close Encounters. We did it in Magnificent Mondays, #1. That's how much I think of it. Anyway, David Koepp, or Cope, I don't know how you pronounce it, whose previous work with the filmmaker includes Jurassic Park, War of the Worlds, and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, is writing the screenplay. It marks Spielberg's return to big-budget popcorn fare after his West Side Story remake and the semi-autobiographical drama The Fabelmans. Oh, is that it? Right. You know, I've not seen any of Spielberg's newest films. I think the last one I saw was Ready Player One. I've not seen a film of his since then. I've not seen West Side Story. And I like musicals, but I was kind of put off when they said they're not putting subtitles in for the Spanish-speaking parts. I thought, why not? I don't speak Spanish. I've got to learn Spanish to watch the film. And The Fabelmans, which I've heard is quite good, is that's loosely based on Spielberg's own life story, isn't it? It's like it says there, semi-autobiographical. So that might be interesting, but I've never got around to watching them. But as I said, Ready Player One was the last one I saw. So I'm interested in this UFO thing because it's kind of changed his tune, hasn't he, Spielberg, about UFOs and aliens and all that stuff. He's always been interested in it. You can tell, with Close Encounters, it was steeped in UFO lore. He was really into UFOs, which and it's changed a bit as ufology since the 1970s, which is when Close Encounters came out, 1977. And he said himself, he's changed, hasn't he? He said if he'd written it today, he wouldn't have had the Roy Neary character acting as he did in the film. He was a family man, he had a wife and kids, and he just basically left them to go off with the aliens. And he says he wouldn't write him like that nowadays. But I kind of disagree with that because he couldn't help himself, could he? It wasn't his fault he left his wife and kids. It was what had happened to him that caused his brain to go a bit potty, as it did with all the people who had seen the UFOs in Close Encounters. They all were drawn, weren't they, to Devil's Tower. It was that Roy Neary affected him more than the others, didn't it? But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent again. So is it going to be something connected to Close Encounters? Are we going to see Roy Neary return? It's not saying what's his face is in it, is it? It's not saying Richard Dreyfuss. It's not saying he's in it, is it? But Emily Blunt, everybody likes Emily Blunt, and Colin Firth. Don't wonder what it's going to be about. I think it's going to be an invasion story. I think it's going to be like War of the Worlds, but with UFOs, kind of like Signs sort of thing. I think, because I think he has changed his tune on aliens. He used to be all the friends, like say he did Close Encounters and he did E.T., aliens are our friends. And then over the years, it's kind of changed, hasn't it? He did the TV series Taken, didn't he? Which is really, really good, by the way. And in that, the aliens are a bit more belligerent sometimes. Not super. I wouldn't say belligerent, but they don't really care about what happens to humans in that. It's a good series, by the way. And then he did, and then I said War of the Worlds and stuff like that. Where he's not done friendly aliens, has he? Anyway, so I look forward to that. But it's like I say, it's a whole year and a bit away. But they're going to have to crack on, aren't they? They're going to have to crack on. It must be well into pre-production. Have they even started filming it? I don't know. Because it's only a year off, and if it's going to be a big budget blockbuster with lots of special effects, it's only a year away, isn't it? I reckon it's probably they're either into filming it or it's wrapped filming and it's in post-production. It must be. You would think, anyway. But look forward to hearing more about that. I wonder what it's going to be called, and is it going to be like Close Encounters? I hope it is. I hope he's returning to his aliens are friends roots, and are they going to return? Will we see a? Saying that we can't though, can't we? Can't have Richard Dreyfuss coming back, because they didn't age, did they? In Close Encounters, they saw people that had been taken 30 years earlier come back, and they're not aged. Whereas obviously Richard Dreyfuss has aged. Or maybe they'd explain it. Or maybe they'd de-age him. You know, maybe he'd not be in it for long. And Return to Devil's Tower. Is that what it's going to be called? Return to Devil's Tower. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? I'm speculating, by the way. Anyway, Eve Hewson, that name rings a bell. But I can't think where from. But anyway. Anywho, so there we go. So that's a quick one. Not like my Doctor Who one from yesterday, which you'll see tomorrow, if you're not a member. That started out as a quick news story about maybe Doctor Who's going to be cancelled, and then it ended up being over an hour long because it became a long list video of all the actors that have played Doctor Who and actresses. But anyway, this one's a quickie, so there we go. So looking forward to that. So we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching, and wherever you are, look after each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Wherever you are, look after each other, and until next time, I'll say the...
That old Yorkshire geek with stories to unfold.